Some people build houses, but a rare few build history. Julia Morgan didn't just become an architect. She became a symbol of quiet courage. At a time when women were told they didn't belong in engineering, design, or construction, she proved the world wrong with skill, patience, and brilliance. This is the inspiring life story of Julia Morgan, one of America's greatest architects. Julia Morgan was born in 1872 in San Francisco. Even as a young girl, she showed a deep curiosity for design, structure, and learning. But in the late 1800s, architecture was considered a man's world. For a woman to even dream of becoming an architect was rare. Yet Julia didn't chase approval, she chased excellence. Julia studied civil engineering at the University of California, Berkeley. Even that was unusual for a woman at the time. But she didn't stop there. She aimed for something even bigger, something nearly impossible. She wanted to study at the most respected architecture school in the world, École des Beaux-Arts in Paris. When Julia applied to École des Beaux-Arts, she was rejected. Not because she lacked talent, because she was a woman. But Julia Morgan was not someone who quit quietly. She kept studying, kept improving, and kept trying again. Her struggle wasn't loud, but it was unstoppable. Finally, Julia Morgan achieved what no American woman had done before. She became the first woman to be accepted into École des Beaux-Arts. This was not just a personal victory. It was a crack in the wall that had kept women out of architecture for generations. She proved that brilliance has no gender. After finishing her studies, Julia returned to California. But the challenges didn't end. Clients doubted her, contractors questioned her, and society expected her to stay quiet. But Julia didn't argue. She built. Her work spoke louder than any prejudice. In 1906, San Francisco was shattered by a massive earthquake and fire. Buildings collapsed, streets burned, and thousands lost everything. But rebuilding required strong minds and strong designs. Julia Morgan became one of the architects who helped shape California's future. Her structures weren't just beautiful, they were built to last. Julia Morgan was not only an artist, she was an engineer. She understood structure, materials, and safety. She used reinforced concrete when many still doubted it. Her buildings balanced elegance with strength. That's why many of her designs survived earthquakes better than others. She didn't just design for beauty. She designed for life. Then came the project that would define her legacy worldwide. William Randolph Hearst hired Julia Morgan to build something extraordinary, a dream palace on the hills of San Simeon. This became Hearst Castle, one of the most iconic estates in America. It took decades of work, endless revisions, and incredible patience, and Julia Morgan handled it all with calm mastery. But Hearst Castle was only one chapter. Julia Morgan designed over 700 buildings across California. Schools, churches, homes, libraries, women's clubs, and community centers. She built spaces where people learned, healed, gathered, and grew. Her work shaped communities and quietly shaped history. Julia Morgan didn't chase fame. She didn't seek attention. She focused on her craft. Every line, every arch, every detail. And yet, the world eventually had to recognize her greatness. Because true legacy doesn't need noise, it needs impact. Julia Morgan passed away in 1957, but her story didn't end there. In 2014, she became the first woman to receive the American Institute of Architects Gold Medal, architecture's highest honor. It was late, but it was deserved. Because Julia Morgan didn't just open doors, she built them, strong enough for generations to walk through. Julia Morgan proved that talent doesn't need permission, it needs persistence. Her life reminds us that even when the world doubts you, your work can become your voice. If you found her story inspiring, like, subscribe, and share this video, because history deserves to remember its pioneers.